Welcome back. What a great day for sport. World sport yesterday, Sunday, 11th July. Oh, wow. I mean, we had the Wimbledon finals, the men's singles finals. We had the Euro final. We had in the morning the Copa America final. We had the Euro final at the night. And we had the India versus England women's T20 match, which was a very exciting one as well. So first, just we had just covered my previous video had covered the Copa America final, Messi winning it for Argentina being the champions, and now we had the Wimbledon men's singles final, Novak Djokovic chasing history. Uh, 20th Wimbledon title, 20th Grand Slam title, and then also keeping abreast of the calendar year Grand Slam. So Djokovic was there against Matteo Berrettini of Italy, a fine serve, a strong service. He's got an explosive serve, the Italian, and a great forehand, and a brilliant player on grass. Was up against Djokovic in a what was expected to be maybe a four-set or even a five-set final. But then the match turned out Djokovic started off pretty quickly, and she started off the blocks very early and very well. 4-2, he was leading at one stage in the first set, and then Berrettini made a comeback. He started to hit his straps. He started to get his serves right. He started to get some of the range of his forehands, and he was just getting back his momentum. And that from 5-2, I think it was from 5-2, it came down to 5-5. The set was equaled. The first set 6-6, and then the tiebreaker. And on the tiebreaker, Berrettini, who looked in the better form, he looked in the better flow. Djokovic, who lost a bit of momentum after leading 5-2 in the first set. He lost the tiebreaker, Djokovic, by 7-4. The first set was over. So now all, which means big, once again, Djokovic needs to dig deep like he did in the French Open finals, like he did in the French Open semi-finals. Another dig deep situation for Djokovic. But then again, he showed what a great champion he is. He broke very early in the second set, played on with serve, and as the match progressed, his serve started to improve. His serve started to improve. His return started to improve. Was getting the more depth. He was hitting the slices beautifully on the backhand of Berrettini. He was taking off the pace, which made Berrettini make some unforced errors as well, some errors, and he was playing on the minds. I mean that. So the second set, Djokovic won 6-4, but just one break was enough. Third set, similar lines, Djokovic again winning 6-4, breaking at the right time to get into the third set and winning, going ahead 2-1. And once he went up 2-1, probably the writing was on the wall. Berrettini continued. Berrettini was serving well. His forehand was lethal, but then he had a mighty champion at the opposite end of the court. So the fourth set, it went with serve till there was a break early, and then it just went on with serve until 5-2 Djokovic, and Berrettini was going to serve to stay in the match. Djokovic broke his serve and won by 6-3 in the fourth set, and won the Wimbledon championship for the sixth time. 20th Grand Slam win, equaling Federer and Nadal, his two other adversaries, and being in line for the Grand Slam for the calendar year, along with maybe an Olympic gold medal. So that's it. Novak Djokovic, what a player. I mean, whenever there is a pressure, his mental resilience, his fitness on the court, his physical fitness, his mental resilience are second to none at the moment. At this moment, definitely Novak Djokovic is the world's best player, and I think probably he will go down in the history as the world's best player in tennis for a long time. The way he is being performing at the moment, and if he can keep on to his form, he can keep his fitness going for another 3 years or so, he will be ending with the most slams, and he will be winning a lot of other tournaments. I think Novak Djokovic really, I mean, he deserves to be at the top of the pinnacle of the tennis eras, across all eras. I think maybe he's well on his way to become an all-time great. That's it. I mean, for tennis, Wimbledon, we had the Euro finals, England versus Italy. England started off brilliantly. Huge roaring crowd in the Wembley. England fans, Italian fans were also there, but England fans obviously outnumbering them. England started off beautifully, shot scoring of her overlap, cross from the right wing coming to him as he is darting in from the left wing, and he just shot it straight past Donnarumma into the Italian net, and that was 1-0 within 3 minutes of the start. I mean, what a start by England. It was probably too good to be a great start. Uh, the rest of the first half, it was even Stevens, Italy attacking, but England keeping on trying to increase the lead. Italy had one or two shots at the goal, but it ended England leading 1-0 at the end of the first half. The second half, Italy uh, shifted a gear upwards, and they were really looking dangerous at times. And finally, in the 66th minute, from a corner, a scramble in the middle, in the front of the 6-yard box, and then somehow the ball got. Berrettini got the ball. Baruti got the ball right inside the 6-yard box somehow and scrambled up into the net to make it 1-1 for the match. What a match once again, and the match livened up. Italy after that looked more confident. England looked a little bit tense after that. See, the home ground advantage is always very good. I mean, you get a lot of crowd support, but at the same time, it also acts counterproductive, and it gives a lot of and it puts a lot of pressure on the home side as well. And that started to happen when Italy got back into the game. England looked a bit jittery, and that continued in the extra time as well. There were some very dangerous attacks from Italy, which any of them could have ended in a goal, but it didn't. Extra time went 0-0. The match stayed 1-1 at the end of the extra time, and it was now tiebreaker. And once again, this time, I always felt, I think I mentioned in the previous videos also, if the match goes into tiebreaker, England might have a problem, because there will be a lot of pressure, a lot of expectation in front of a huge home crowd. So the pressure is immense, and that how it turned out. Italy scored first. England equalized to Harry Kane. It was 1-1. Then second shot by Italy was saved by the England goalkeeper. Very good save. And then England again scoring through Maguire, and it was 2-1. They led. Italy, the third shot they scored, and so it was 2-all. And from there, England choked. Rashford and Sancho were brought in at the last minute of the extra time. I don't know why last minute of the extra time, when they were going to be going for the shots of the penalty. They needed to develop touch with the ball, and for that they needed to be into the play at least 10 minutes before time and the extra time. But then they were brought in at the last minute. They had hardly any touch with the ball, and then they are going in to take the penalty. It becomes very difficult. I don't know what was the reason behind that. Just bringing both the players at the final moment, the final minute of the extra time, rather than bringing it much earlier, around with 10 minutes or so left. That could have developed more touch with the ball. The tension, the pressure of a final the nerves would have died down, but it did not happen. Rashford hit the bar, hit the post, very poor penalty, and then Sancho shot was saved. And when Italy scored again at their fifth kick, it was 3-2, and this guy Saka had to score. 19-year-old Saka, what a brilliant player, what a talented player. He needed to score on the last kick to keep England in the hunt. His shot was saved by Donnarumma, and Italy won the final by 3-2. What a win! So that's it. Euro Italy champions. England again, even after 55 years of the World Cup victory, remain titleless in a big international tournament. It's a really sad moment for England football. You can see from the faces of the players, they were absolutely gutted after the tiebreaker loss in hands of Italy. And Italy really had to, they had been celebrating brilliant win in the Euro tiebreaker, and so they are now once again the champions of Euro. So that was it for the Euros, and we had finally the India versus England women's T20, which was very exciting. Shefali Verma and India batted first. They were sent into bat first. The openers started well, particularly Shefali Verma, who, I mean, he in a over from Catherine Brandt, she hit 5 fours, scored 20 runs on that over, and scored 48 before she got out to an airy shot. Before that, Mandhana got out to an airy shot. Harmanpreet showed some indications of coming back to form with a good quick fire 31 of 25 balls. He hit two mighty sixes. She hit two mighty sixes, and then Dipti Sharma couldn't quite force the pace. At the end, India were, I think, probably 10 to 12 runs short from the way they started. They should have scored around 160, but they had scored 148 for 4 wickets. When you are losing only 4 wickets, you should have scored a lot more runs, but that didn't happen. It was a very under par score, under par target, and England started off very well. Although they lost 2 early wickets, but then hit a 90, and Wimbledon looked very composed, very well, very much in control of the situation, and England were absolutely cantering along. They were simply cantering along 101 for 2, I think they were at one stage, and from there, somehow they lost their way. Buman got out for 59. Heather Knight got run out in a little bit of controversial circumstance. He couldn't land. She could land her bat in the long striker's end when Dipti was right in front of her trying to collect the ball. Umpire given her out. So that was Heather Knight going out, and that run out was very crucial. That changed the whole match. After that, the Indian spinners totally choked the England batsmen, lower order. They just couldn't quite force the pace, and finally when Shreya Rana was going to go to the last over, only 14 runs were still required. Still, it was a pressure over, but she did very well. Just 5 runs she considered in that over. India won by 8 runs from almost no situation, because at 101 for 2, with many overs left and so many wickets in hand, England appeared to be cruising. But from there, Indian spinners turned the game around and won the second T20 to equal the series 1-all. England had earlier won the first T20 match through Duckworth in the US. So that was it. I mean, a lot of sporting events on Sunday. Wimbledon, Djokovic winning, Euro being won by Italy in the tiebreaker, Copa America won by Argentina, and Indian women team winning the second T20 against England. So that's it. Like and subscribe my channel and keep hearing. Thanks a lot.